Hey.
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 Hey. Hey. Welcome to the Thursday build where we're doing the World War II Desert Wings, aka aircraft involved in the North African campaign during World War II.
Yes.
And we're having fun doing it, aren't we, gentlemen?
Yes. More fun
yes.
than the floaty thing.
We've had a lovely discussion with Tim's wife this morning.
Yes.
Ah.
We didn't let John in till after she'd gone. But...
Yeah. She especially requested that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right, John, that you do your face up as the Airfix logo? So when you hide in aisle 2 at Frontline Hobbies for Lady Sam, you look like one of the kits.
Yeah.
No,
Think Arnie hiding in Predator.
No, what I do, I
Predator's
hide by
about right.
dressing up as Syndrome, the villain in The Incredibles. So I get the hair going like that, and I wear a black cape.
And you wear the black and blue spandex, don't you?
That's it.
As someone who's not seen The Incredibles, I know what you're talking about. Look at Tim.
Bloody hell, Tim.
You look like Beaker from the Muppets then.
Yeah, I got a lot of hair, man. It's a lot of hair, a lot of thick, dark hair.
Yeah, right. You make me jealous now.
Sorry to rub it in, but
yeah, I have very little hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we are. Thursday.
Yeah.
I've got the flu.
Oh, man up, princess.
Good cold about those. This is not ordinary flu. This is
You're conscious of
man
that
flu. This is man flu, and you know, we were having a nice little chat with Timmy's wife before we went live, who is soon to have a baby, and I meant to say to her, you know, pregnancy, labour is nothing compared to man flu. So
that was my girlfriend, not my wife.
Oh right, okay. That was the au pair.
But she did say to remind John that she works in a surgical unit and she'll quite happily use knives to castrate him.
I think once she's gone through labour, I think it'll be Timmy that'll.
Yeah,
he'll be singing castrato.
Yeah.
No, she did say that you're both lovely. So.
Oh.
That's the wall pulled over another one's eyes.
She's not wrong, but thank you.
No, she's the nice one in the house.
Got another boo-boo.
Ah, John, have you lost weight?
No.
You seem to have lost a bit of weight over the last few weeks.
Oh no, I had a shit about an hour ago.
Oh right. Okay. Fair enough.
Somebody had one less than that.
Tim, your camera's fuzzy again.
Oh, good.
We got 8-Bit Tim.
8-Bit
That's
Tim.
what we should change your name to. Hang on. I'm going to
8-Bit.
change your name to 8-Bit Tim.
It is. It's like.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you're running it through a ZX Spectrum.
You know what?
There.
Go crack on. I'm going to quickly try and open up a different browser and try and undo it. So I'll be back.
Try running it through Firefox.
Hasta la vista.
Yeah.
All right. See you in a bit, dude. Let's crack on with the comments whilst we're waiting. Jim has become a member. Hey! Very kind of you, Jim. That was
and
lovely.
GM's in. He says, "Well done, Corporal Jim. The dizzy heights of power now at your fingertips." Lol.
Yes.
Yes, that's it now.
Oh, okay. JT says, hello, everyone. The dock bits are coming together. My biggest thing was gluing the model on a plank.
Cool. He says, I saw a video of a boy wanting to be like the King's Guard. It was so cool to see, but I hope he remembers to enjoy his childhood. Service can wait, but childhood can't. Hope that's not political. No, it's not political. It's true.
Political. And Hagrid is in. He said, "Good morning, afternoon. I was pissing by your window."
Hey, Deets.
All right.
Gary Markham's in. Hello, y'all. You be right then.
You be right, my boy.
Right then, my lover.
All right, yeah. I can't read and I can't write, but I can drive a tractor.
Bob says, I've arrived to attempt the relief of Markham. Or was that Mafeking?
Mafeking.
Somewhere foreign anyway.
Yes.
Mafeking.
Mafeking.
Yeah.
Mafeking.
Sir Lord Baden-Powell.
Yes. Bob says, by the way, do you know why the UK has 999?
Instead of triple, what is it? Triple O or the emergency numbers? Is that what we were talking about?
We have 111 as well, don't we now? Don't we?
Oh, there you go.
999 and 111. But he goes on to say, we started trying 111 quicker on rotary dials, but the way the system works, if the wind blew lines together, it registered as a 1. Storm kept giving false emergency calls.
There you go.
Oh,
Actually,
well,
now
there
that we're
you go.
digital, we use 111.
A handy bit of trivia.
Yeah.
Patrick Clark says, "G'day all."
G'day,
Hello,
Patrick.
PT says, greetings all. I think we're a long time. What? I think you're a long time grown up. So the longer we can hang on, the better. Daff is always saying, act your age. I don't wanna. Paul's breath.
Paul Price is in. He says,
Slapping it.
Paul Price is in. He says, evening all.
Hello, Paul. You look like Jeff Dunham's puppet. The old
Walter.
guy. Yeah,
Walter.
Walter.
Oh, okay. Bob says, people say I'm in my second childhood. I refute that. Still not left my first.
Absolutely.
Patrick says the only difference between men and boys is the price of their toys. Oh, yeah. Unless you're an Airfix model.
And Joe's in. He says, good morning, afternoon, evening to all in chat, especially our gracious hosts. Hope all is well today. Thursday, dessert wings.
Hello, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Oh, no, that's gonna
Bob
be
says,
too
Patrick, the size changes too of toys. This is, you know what I didn't mean.
Kaylee says, why are we waiting? Hello, wife.
And Paul says, hey.
Hey, Paul.
Ian says, hello to our Anglo-Oz panel.
Ian, morning.
John's in. He says, afternoon all. Hello, John.
Hi, John. And Paul says, the last time I went into Frontline for paint, I walked out with $300 worth of kits and forgot the paint.
Yeah, I was there today. Matt Mick says, afternoon all.
Hello, Matt. Philip says, hello, everybody.
Hello, Philip. Oh, stand by your beds. Waitrose is in. And Gary says, good afternoon, chaps. Keep hydrated.
Hello, boy.
Roger.
Yes. I have my cup of coffee.
Right.
Are we all chatted out?
Yep. I think
right. Tim's still trying to sort his camera out. So he'll be back. He hopefully
and
will.
Julian says, afternoon all.
Hi, Julian.
Afternoon, Julian. Yeah, so we had a good members live last night. It was fun.
Yeah. So I was.
I had a good natter. Hobby
Jim
Time's in.
Jim became a member.
He did.
Crossed to the dark side.
Yeah, Hobby Time says hi.
Timmy.
Timmah! Yo.
You big.
Yo. How's it going, homie? Good.
I've had to slightly change my tack on the Mitchell.
Oh, yeah?
Nothing drastic. I was going to have it as if it was coming in on a bombing run with the Bombay doors open. No, that's not an Indian tribute act. And then with the bombs in the racks. But I've realised today that the attachment points for the bombs I've put in one row, two near the front, so the bombs will not fit.
Ah.
Right.
Well, that was just silly.
So what I'm going to do is, using some very fine line, I'm going to have the bombs leaving the underneath of the aircraft as if they're in free fall.
Are you going to use some invisible thread or something?
I'll use some wool or something.
You can get invisible thread. It's
Some knicker elastic out of Marion's sprout bags.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got some invisible thread somewhere, so I'll do that.
Cool. Julian says, "Oh no, yeah, Julian. Pringles, Prefangle, Mikey. Afternoon, his high shelfiness, the Lord Morris, and evening, Nodge and Tim."
Good afternoon.
Stu says, "Hello all, confirming that I've lubed up. You know you should too." Yeah, never going dry.
That definitely makes it a lot easier.
That's what she said.
So,
Yeah.
I did have Mikey showed me the omnibus earlier on.
Oh, yes.
That's coming along nicely, isn't it?
It's starting to look ominously bust. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I'm sure that's English. You
Yeah,
never tell with Australians.
and I'm expecting a delivery today. I don't know what it is because it's my next inspiration box from Mr. Skiffins. I got some of that on Monday. So that will be for the diorama for the Yag Panther.
Excellent.
I got a new thing for the Yag Panther diorama, the neutral texture for oith.
Oh, nice.
See how that goes. It's just white stuff. They don't have any of the mud effects. They did, but it's much smaller. It's half the size, but double the price. Different brand, so I went for that one.
And you can always paint it.
Yeah, I can always paint it.
So
we'll get Mikey to spray it before we go live.
Yeah. JT says, Gary, are you doing the Doolittle Raider? No, it's not a Doolittle Raider because it's going to be in the desert, mate.
Yeah, it's North Africa build.
So the fuselage is together. I've just got to run a bit more glue down there. I've just noticed. But normally when you do, I was saying this to Mikey before we went live, when you do these type of models, you normally put the wings together and then slide them down here like that.
Yeah.
But with this one, they tell you not to do it that way. You have to actually glue it in place first and then glue the top half to the bottom.
Why do they reckon that? Do they give an explanation?
No, they don't. There's just
That's how it's been designed.
The instructions just say you've got to do it like that.
Oh, okay.
Well,
but that's what I will do. Once I've tidied up my desktop, because I've got lots and lots of bits of Tamiya tape that needs. Because I'm
JT says, "Hello, darling. It's been a long time."
Treacle.
It sounded like you had one of those. You'd had your voice box removed and you're using one of those throat mics, John.
Oh God, they're scary. Waitrose says there are going to be 2 inspiration things in the delivery, I believe.
Yes, yes. Apparently, there was a long letter of apology from the Air Chief Marshal, which he doesn't need to apologise for, because he's been tied up with other things. There are 2 inspiration thingies coming, so I won't open it live on air because other people won't have got theirs, and the millions of people that watch this drivel
hey
might give the game away, but
yes,
be interesting.
You don't want brand new subscribers saying nah.
Interesting to see what Mr. Skiffins has got in store for us this time. Anyway, more importantly, what's this about Airfix and a mosquito?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah.
That's just ruined my list for Telford.
Why?
So JT says that this looks like a Ben & Jerry's ice cream container. Well, yeah, but if it was Ben & Jerry's, it would be half the size and 14 times the price. Gary Markham says, I set all the alarm bells, warnings, and notifications to on for John M's live podcasts, and it works 1 hour after the event. Once again, didn't see John live.
That's because John always does it last minute. He never plans ahead.
No, I don't plan ahead. I just do it. I made an absolute monumental stuff up in that last review.
Wait, have you done a live stream this week?
Not a live stream. Oh, yeah. No, I just did a pre-recording as a MiG-21.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought you'd talk about you'd done a live stream.
Sorry, MiG-23. But here's the problem. So I labelled it wrong because it's MiG-21 MF. It's actually a MiG-23 MF. So I've got that label on that plane. So I need to fix that.
Well, that's just amateurish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's never gone live before.
Yeah. It's like you've never, ever done a live stream. Blimey.
Not a good one.
Oh, I'm going to hurt you. I'll sing
sorry, I'm singing Paul Simon. Can't do that.
JT says, "Hello, darling," is by Conway Twitty.
It is.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Bet Looking Marley says, "Hello to all. I just walked in." Hello, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
And that is not a song by Conway Twitty.
No. Ian says, "Just sounded like Dennis Leary's tracheotomy man from the 90s.
Tracheotomy man, yeah.
Yeah." Julie says, "I made a monumental stuff up. That's unusual, John."
Yes. First time ever. I usually am faultless productions.
Paul says, "At least it's not a MiG-12. That would have been backwards, John."
Yeah. Yeah.
Julie says, "Evening, Paul." Paul's correcting himself, saying, "At least." Aussie Ian's in. He says, "Happy almost Friday, all." Hello.
Hello, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
So I wired up a mate's trailer, totally rewired it today. You'll be pleased to know that no one died during the production of that trailer. And it all works. And I only made one mistake.
It was his next door neighbour's
You got the brake lights and the indicators mixed up.
No, that was all correct. But what I did is, you can imagine this. So it goes from the front straight to the left rear indicator, and then across from there to the right indicator and brake light, and then back to the center for the
Earth.
for the number plate light.
Yeah,
right.
I see what you mean.
But what I did it in a continuous loop. So the wires that I didn't need on the left, I kept unbroken and unjoined to loop across to the right, and yada yada yada. So there's two green. Green was the right indicator. I cut the wrong green. Cut it too short. So why isn't the right indicator working? Oh, so I got it backwards. It all works now. It's all good.
Beautiful. The indicator light up when you press the brakes. JT says, 2 digits off Siberia for Comrade John. GM says, Paul M, nothing to see here, nothing to see. Keep moving on. Oi, Paul, where is thee today?
I bet he's in Perth.
No, he's actually, well, he'll explain in a sec.
Duke says, good day, beautiful people. See you twice in one day. I know, right?
Hello, Duke.
Yes. Because Duke, even though he's in Australia, he joined us for our members live last night.
Wow.
Duke committed.
Sleep.
Wow.
He just watches other people sleep.
Yeah. Graham says, afternoon all. Hello, Graham.
Hey, Graham.
Paul Marley says, in a voice very much like the one you're hearing now, I'm home in Melbourne, but due to an event at work, I've been out for the last 3 nights. Home, but barely home.
Bloody hell. When they have work events out there, they have them for 3 nights. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
He's earning the pennies.
Yeah.
JT says, JT says, hope John doesn't have a single digit for me. Oh, goodness. Matron? No. No, sir. I think you're quite safe, John. Double
Julian
digits for my
says, good day,
friends.
Duke.
Mm.
So what do we think about this mosquito announcement?
I think it's delicious. I think I don't know what the differences are. Somebody can maybe educate me. Maybe
It's got new
Mr.
parts and things like that.
Yeah, but which parts? I don't know. There's subtle
don't know.
differences apparently,
It doesn't
but
say.
I don't know what they are.
Is it out or is it just announced?
It's probably going to be at Telford.
Yeah.
I do like. There's one of them that I think looks really nice.
I think it's on pre-order.
Probably.
So you might get it in about 3 years with half the parts.
It's going to be an expensive Telford.
It is for you. Julian says, good day, Duke. Waitrose says, cut the wrong green. Fortunately, you weren't an EOD. Yes. That could have been a short career. Julian says, JT, that depends which one. Mind you, any would be bad news. Waitrose says, got additional parts for the target towing gear of the T235. JT says, Julian, I forget the British have two. And Mark says, good afternoon from sunny Stockholm. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Mark, in sunny Stockholm.
There's no such thing as sunny Stockholm.
Yeah, it is.
There's no such thing as Australia, so shut up.
Touche, my friend, touche.
James says, are we talking about Airfix Mozzie?
Yes, we are, Gary.
Oh, there you go. Waitrose says, Mozzie can now be ordered from stock.
Wow. Well, there you go. And my list at Telford has got a little longer.
So what they've done is they've learned the lesson and got everything in stock before announcing it.
Okay.
Which makes a lot more sense than announcing it and waiting. It's all right. Just shoot the dog.
It's not Benji.
No.
So
Not
that,
that I'm condoning
that towing Mozzie, I really do like the underside diagonal yellow and black stripes. I think that's rather fetching. Just like towing aircraft, rather fetching. So that would be nice. Yeah.
What is everyone's favourite aircraft?
My favourite aircraft's the C-130.
Is it?
Yeah.
I
Every
think
time.
it was Beverly.
Now, my dad flew on Beverleys. I did a lot of flying on C-130s, so...
Yeah.
Mine's a Bf110.
Needless to say, I did most of my flying on C-130s up the front, sat on the bunk, and not down the back. Ian Ellison says, I forgot to PM about my Airfix Lysander. What were you going to PM me about your Airfix Lysander?
Oh, yes. You're getting a Lysander, aren't you?
I'm looking to get the SOE version if it comes out. Yeah.
Right, I was going to say, because Ian said last night on the Members Live, he's not really, he doesn't really want his Lysander, so he would be happy to give it to you.
Oh, that's very kind.
Do it.
So if you PM him and discuss between you.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that after the stream. Bless him.
Julian says the Airfix Mozzie, kit number A04070. That's
A04070.
can be ordered on this link. Blah, 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 blah.
Wonderful.
JT asks, quite reasonably, wouldn't an Anglo-Italian Mosquito be a Maserati?
Maserati.
Maserati.
Maybe.
Duke says, does anyone remember the TV series Danger UXB? It was on in the 70s, English show. Yes,
It's
it
on
was
YouTube.
very good. And one of my schoolboy crushes was in it, Judy Geeson.
It's on YouTube, I think.
Yeah. Who is Sally Geeson's sister. And Sally used to be in Bless This House.
Oh,
with the great late Sid James. Wah, 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 wah.
Julian says, JT, budum-ch.
Stu says, my favourite aircraft is the one I'll be in on Monday. My favourite after that will be one I'm coming back in on Wednesday. Is he hoping that by saying it's his favourite, it's not going to crash?
Ian says their updated 172nd Mozzie is a tad rich when you can get a 148 Tamiya for similar or less dosh. Maybe.
Yeah. I have built the Tamiya one of the few Tamiya kits I've built, aircraft, and it is a beautiful kit.
I think it'll depend on what you get with the kit. Because if it's 172nd and you get resin parts and things like that or whatever with it, which Airfix are starting to do more of now, then that's going to bump the price up. It's about the same as a 148 basic kit.
They're really just testing the water with that at the moment, though, aren't they? And I don't blame them.
Yeah. I think they need to do it. So many companies now are doing that as standard. They can't really not do it.
Well, they're going the right way about it because they're tying in with Cartograph, aren't they? And people like that. So,
Yeah.
Oh, it's too different. It's too different. No canopies on this.
Ooh. Two different variants.
Yeah, well. Yeah, but the only difference I can see is the framework on the nose.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Julian says, Duke, I have a DVD set of Danger UXB.
Yeah, it was a good series.
So that don't give it to Gary. It'll come back all sticky by the sound of it. Kaylee says, my favourite has to be the Airbus Beluga.
Yeah, that's especially the Beluga XL that they've painted the nose to look like a
smiley
dolphin
face.
Or a whale or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Probably a whale since a beluga is a whale.
Yeah, of course it is. Moving
We
along.
see them all the time here.
What, Wales? Well, you must do. You're in Wales.
The belugas.
Yes, they go into Broughton, don't they?
Yeah. They go into Broughton, so they fly over. As we're driving down the road, they quite often fly low level over roads and stuff. GM says, I have both versions from Airfix. Not really happy. I stuff up making an M Mark 16 from a TT35. Wrong bomb doors for a 16. The American PR doesn't have a bomb bay interior. Still want standard bomb doors. And I will get my words out one day. Stu says, not crashing would be a bonus. Yes, absolutely. The last thing you want to do in a plane is crash.
Any landing you can walk away from is a good landing.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
A good landing.
All a landing is a controlled crash.
Exactly. It's a crash where the aircraft isn't damaged. We've got 31 people watching. Don't forget to Lumen subscribe, people, if you haven't watched it before. 31.
Nothing
I know, right?
better else to do.
I bet Kerry Ann's watching for Tim.
I don't know because Tim's on. He's getting ready to go to group with her mum this afternoon.
Waitrose says, also comes with a £4,000 cookie for the Bombay for the bomber versions. It does, the new one. Cookie. JT says, Julian said something in Welsh. Did he? I mean, Julian is Welsh, so it wouldn't surprise me. GM says, I have the Timmah and the Hasegawa Mozzie kits. Hasegawa kits have everything you need. I've not built a Mosquito. Patrick says, favourite aircraft would be the Spitfire Mark 9.
I have built a Mosquito before, but I didn't do a very good job of it.
Yeah. Graham says, my favourite is the Jet Provost, mainly because it was a ways about in North Yorkshire and South Durham whilst I was a kid. Yeah, they have the Strike Master display team at Broughton as well, don't they?
Yeah.
You quite often see them taking off in formation and stuff. over Broughton Retail Park.
When I was a runway controller in the Air Force, I used to deal a lot with jet provosts.
Yeah.
Very versatile little aeroplane.
JT's drinking a Moxie, building a Mozzie. I'm not sure what a Moxie is. Ian says, ha 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 ha, Kaylee. Is that because the belugas fly over your neighborhood?
It is.
JT says, beluga sounds like a klaxon. Beluga.
Beluga! Beluga! Oh, God, I shouldn't do that with my throat at the moment.
Sound like you're trying to drop one. Oh, we got 32. Wow, doing well. JT says, Timmah, don't come in too low or too fast. Ah, got them for you.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's my channel and I can. JT, Bob says, got a toss-up of favourites. Can't decide between DR1 and an F4U.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Interesting. Ian says, I've seen the belugas flying above, and I just wonder how the hell does that beast fly? Yeah. A really weird-looking aircraft.
It's magic. What they do is before they start the engines, they sprinkle the wings with fairy dust.
Well, the pilots must earn a bloody good wage because they go from Broughton over to Germany or Toulouse, and then back to Broughton, and so there's like 2 or 3 flights going in every day.
Yeah, but
because they've got 3 aircraft.
Yeah, if you look at short haul pilots, they will fly many legs in a day. So you know, you might go say Heathrow to Edinburgh to Amsterdam to Gatwick, then Gatwick to somewhere else. You know.
Julian says, my brother told me, my then 3-year-old nephew, that they were going to Wales. And he said, Wales? Huge! My brother then explained, one's a country, one's a mammal.
Yes.
Wow!
Patrick says, I also really like the Bristol fighter from World War One. Yeah.
Yes. All nice, wonderful aircraft, but for me, the Herc did so much.
Yeah.
It's not fighter.
Haley says, Ian, the only thing that flies over us is police helicopters. And Chinooks.
Yeah. So the thing is with the Chinook, you can hear it.
Yeah.
5 miles before it gets to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives the enemy plenty of chance to prepare.
You would think, wouldn't you? But they don't seem to.
Yeah, you'd think they go, waka waka, and then run off in the opposite direction.
Well,
and then when they've gone, come back again.
I think, you know, in Afghanistan, they flew everywhere with a couple of Apaches, but
yeah.
Interesting story. The Apaches are a lot slower than the Chinook, would you believe?
Yeah.
So when they were going off on a medivac, the Chinook would go off first, and then the Apaches would have to catch up with it. Oh, sorry. The Apaches would go off first, and the Chinook would catch up with them.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I got my mucking words fuddled up.
I used to like going. I like going in the links. That was fun.
Oh, okay. So JT says Moxie is a brand of soda popular in New England.
Yeah.
There's a New England.
So by soda,
better than the old one.
He means soft drink. By New England, he means new and improved.
Mark says Airfix is re-releasing the Mozzie kit. They should have got right the first time round. Unfortunately, that seems to be the story with Airfix lately.
Stop bashing Airfix.
I'm actually starting to like Airfix, to be fair. I'm quite liking especially the new aircraft, like the Hurricanes and Spitfires and things like that. The new molds, the way they're put together and the way the props are put on and things like that. It's really nice way of
Their
doing it.
Chinook was a fantastic build.
I'm tempted to get the Chinook at some point. It's just having the rotors on it. It's huge.
Yeah, well, if you do what I've done, I haven't glued the rotors on, so I can take them off.
Yeah.
They just sit there loose.
Duke says, I fell in love with the Spitfire Mark 1 when I was about 10 years old. I'm sure that's against the law.
Wow.
Jim says, Jet Provost, we knew them as the blunties, not sharp, but very stable.
Yeah.
Kelly says, they was always looking for me, Ian. She's going to come in and slap me if I don't stop doing that. John says, Miyagi has a klaxon clacks off.
That's clever.
Duke says, Robert the DR1 is my second favourite. Julian says, E&E, belugas fly for the same reason as bees do, bloody-minded stubbornness and total disdain for gravity.
Sounds fair.
Yeah. Stu says, my father was very impressed with how accurate Danger UXB was. He once put his hands over my eyes and said, don't watch this bit, son. It won't end well. I then heard a very large bang. Yeah. Ozzy Ian says, favourite plane is probably the Beaufighter. Really hoping the rumour that HK Models is doing one is true.
Nice aeroplane.
Julian says, my favourite aircraft is the Hawker Hurricane. Nice.
These are all good choices.
Yeah.
I can't argue with any of them.
Kevin says, good day, everyone.
Hi, Kevin.
JT says, there is the Harvey's Bristol Fighter. There is. Although I thought that was going to be a chocolate then. Harvey's Bristol Creams. PT says, we had a Black Hawk flying over our house today. Bushfire nearby.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see... Now, no politics here, John, please. But did you see that Mr. Hesketh's aeroplane had to divert yesterday into Mildenhall?
Did it into Mildenhall?
A second. Okay. Yeah, they were flying from Brussels back to the States, and they were over the Cardiff area, and the windscreen cracked. So they had to emergency descent to 10,000 feet and turn around and go into Mildenhall.
Yeah, because Cardiff Airport wouldn't have been a viable option, apparently.
Well, yeah, there's no point landing if you're just going to get stabbed.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Went somewhere where he was safe.
Who the hell goes into heathen country voluntarily?
Yeah.
Can the plane make it another few hundred miles? Yes. Right, we're not going there then.
Yeah. Door of the plane opens, it's just Julian just sitting at the bottom.
Sat there in his wheelchair on the runway.
Yeah.
PT
Mr. Hesketh, I've been expecting you.
I saw it on the signal chat.
It'd be like one of those horror films where they open the door, he's sat there just staring at them, and then all of a sudden he's sort of like, like The Ring or something. Like just really on all fours comes up and dives at him really quickly.
Yeah.
PT says we had a Black Hawk flight. Oh, I've just read that one. I've read that one, Modders. Come on. It says, JT, I once heard two druggies outside a corner shop. One said to the other, going inside, get us a batch of Moxies. What he meant was a box of matches. Yes. Drugs rot your brain. PM says, I agree with Patrick Clark. Mark 9 Spitfire for me. JT says, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Herc is definitely up there for me because, worked on them for, 15 years, just short of 15 years. But, yeah, Spitfire, I think, is one of the most beautiful things that mankind has ever created. I mean, It's not far behind the statue of David by Michelangelo. I do love myself favorite. So then, favorite piston
on, John,
aircraft.
you can
Let's
do
go
it.
with the Spitfire. Favorite jet fighter is a Jaguar, Sepcat Jaguar, and I would say my favorite racing aircraft would be the Supermarine S6B.
I'm going to be a little bit controversial. I'm going to say one of my favourite aircraft is the World War One Zeppelins.
Not an
because it took some giant balls of steel to be a gunner on one of those things. Because you rode on top of the Zeppelin with no harnesses on or anything. You just stayed in a little machine gun nest on top of the Zeppelin. And your job was to, stand there in the freezing cold, hundreds of feet up, and fire off at any fighter aircraft that tried to attack the Zeppelin. Yeah.
So why have I got an issue here?
Because you're Gary. JT says, Julian, here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Bob says, Duke got 4 DR1s here now, Revel in 172nd and 128, Meng in 132nd, and Flare in 1/4. Bloody
Yeah, but
hell.
knowing you, Bob, you only ordered one of them.
DR1 was a cool aircraft.
Yeah, still is.
I enjoyed building the
Fokker.
yeah. Was that a DR1?
That was a D7.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
DR1's the triplane.
So shows how much attention I paid.
Oh,
So this is a DR1.
the triplane.
Yeah, the Red Baron's triplane.
This one is a DR1.
Yeah.
It looks wonderful. Can we have a closer look at that
It's
one,
not
please?
mine.
Still looks wonderful.
Yeah.
So that would be the Meng one. The
I have no idea. It's been in for repair. It's going off to the Slape Aircraft Museum.
Nice. TBG says, hi, everyone. Hello, TBG.
TBG.
Tiff says, I don't have a fave because I don't like planes.
Okay.
Jem says, Airfix have been making a range of the early Mark 1 Hurricanes, fabric-covered wings. I've been putting together the 4 squadrons that were in France at the start of the war. Ooh. Yay.
Yeah, I think when I was little, everyone would always go on about how great the Spitfire was. So I kind of just fell into the Bf109 camp, and I loved them ever since.
Because that aligns more with your beliefs anyway. Not that we're making any implications about Timmy, of course, or insinuations. But, he did, when he goes to bed, he does wear a Stellheim. JT says, I had a love affair with a Guillo's P38 as a 9-year-old. Parents didn't play hard to get, played never got, gonna get. There we go.
So Guillo's a balsa, rubber band powered aircraft.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we had that. Julie says, moves further away from JT while smiling uncertainly. Thinks now would be a good time to learn how to walk or overrun even. There we go. JT says, Julian, run away, run away.
Run away. Run away bravely.
PT says, mine is the Hawker Hunter.
Nice aircraft. Can't disagree with that.
Mm-hmm.
This has sparked a good conversation, hasn't it?
Well, we did food last week.
Jem says, I did ask years ago which Spitfire the test pilots thought to be their favourite. The Mark 8 was voted the best. JT says, Gary was Polish Squadron 1 at the beginning. We've got 33 people watching.
303 were Polish. And there's Benj.
Jim says JT 303 squadron was Polish. JT says Mike, I found a paper model of a Zeppelin. Nice. You can get, I think it's a Meng kit or a Tac-On kit of a Zeppelin. I might get it one day.
Tac-On.
Yeah. Because it looks really cool with the camouflage on it and stuff. And it'd look really nice hung under a shelf or something like that.
Do you know, airships do nothing for me.
Well, that's because you don't like the engineering. You don't appreciate it.
That's because they lost the war.
I appreciate the engineering. It's just they do nothing for me. Hello, Benjamin. What do you want?
TBD says Hawker Typhoon Mark 1 is mine.
Oh, see, they're all good. They're all good.
Yeah. JT says, I like the Gotha bomber. Yeah.
Is she going out? Is that what's the matter?
Yes. Bob says DR1 was a copy of the Sopwith triplane. There you go. Julian says that DR7 was the right fucker, wasn't it, John?
Yeah.
It wasn't when he put the wings on the right way. It was all right then.
Oh, that was the original. Oh, the OG. It's on backwards.
Yeah, that's what started it all, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't like that
Yeah.
plane.
The problem was that fucker was a Messerschmitt. Benji.
Wait Rose says favorite prop is the Sea Fury, favorite jet is the Hunter.
Of
Yeah, I
course.
do like the Sea. My favorite prop would have to be the Gannet. I like the Gannet. It's cool.
Well, you've been wrong before.
I built the
Yeah.
Gannet as well, but not the Airfix one.
I've not built a Gannet yet.
The
I
Rebel
might
one.
get when the prices come down.
And I did. Benj, what's the matter, mate? I did bottle it, and I didn't do it wings folded.
Well, if I see one next time I go in, or whenever I go to the model shop, if they have it in the Attic Finder section cheap, then I'll get one and do one wings folded.
Oh,
Because I quite liked doing the Sea Fury wings folded. That was nice.
That'd be
JT says, Karen wants to know what you thought of the Avengers. I think you guys call them something different. No, we call them the Avengers.
Emma Speed was all right. Joanna Lumley was good in the Avengers.
Chris Pratt, was it? Pratt, whatever his
No.
name is.
No, to be serious.
Benji. When you're quite finished, old boy. Let's get on with the comments because we've got plenty to get through. Phil says, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Phil. Kieran says, afternoon all. Hello, Kieran.
Hi, Kieran.
Duke says, Robert, I have made 4 148th Edward, 3 Revel 128th, 2 132nd Meng, 1 132nd Rodent, and 2 132nd and 1 124th Meng to make. Nice.
Has Benji managed to make dogs in Australia bark?
GM says, Patrick C, I'm waiting for an Airfix cover to cover the squadrons that stayed in the UK. 3 more to come. Yeah. Joe says, even more controversial, John, my favourite jet is the MiG-15 and the favourite World War II fighter is the F-6 Hellcat. Patrick says, I have the Flare Bristol fighter in 1/6 scale. Lovely model, 22 years old now. Wow.
Hey, have you still got comments to read, Mikey?
Yeah, we've got loads, mate.
Okay, I was just going to go back to what John was saying about the Avengers. What did we call the Avengers? Were they the Martlets?
No, Wildcats were martlets.
Wildcats were Martlets.
I don't know. Maybe they were. Did you have Avengers? I don't even know that.
Maybe we didn't. I don't know.
Google it.
Just Google it.
Julian?
Head of research.
Kieran says, ooh,
Go on.
Catching up on chat, are we talking favourites? My favourite prop would be the Tiger Cat with P51 close second. Good call. Favourite jet is with you, John, the Jaguar. The jet.
I don't think I have a favourite jet. Oh, Tornado, maybe.
Julian says, Lord Shelfy, thou hast a boo-boo in thy noggin. What hast thou done to thyself? Oh, I get those on my head. It's when my brain
I think Gary was having a stroke reading that.
It's when my brain tries to escape. And Bob says, Duke 124th Meng searching. Joe says, a close second is the P40 Warhawk. I do love a P40. JT says, airships are floaty things. Well, there you go. I rest my case.
I just think I did that 135 V2 V1 rocket. That was really fun to paint.
Yeah. Phil says he just got an email about the Spitfire PR 19. I was working it out. 148 from Airfix today with a 1963 scheme. Tempted as that's my birth year. Ooh.
Yeah, so the Avenger was the Avenger in UK service. And everywhere else.
All right. Julian says Lord Shelfy dislikes the Zeppelin on account of all that stringy bits. And JT says Julian saw a model with a metal frame.
I'm seeing if they got one in Jadlams. Ooh,
Julian says JT the TV series The Avengers. Yes, I was being a bit sarcastic there. What I meant, I know what she meant. She meant the aircraft Avengers. Diana Rigg. Oh, there we go. Anyway, Mark says favourite prop the Doe 335 or the Dornier 335. Favourite jet English Electric Lightning. Again,
another great choice.
Fucking calls. Julian says the Avengers movie was okay-ish. No, it wasn't, Julian. It was cack. JT says Julian, the plane. Graham says favourite prop is the Bristol Britannia. We had a Britannia land at Lynham one night in a snowstorm, and we were all sat in the crew room, and the local controller buzzed down and says there's a Britannia diverting in because Bryce's runway's got 10,000 foot of sheet icing on it. And we all thought he was taking the mickey till we saw it taxiing down the taxiway, and we all had to jump out and get in the Follow Me wagons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bristol Britannia, massive aircraft. Last flown by heavy lift, I think. And Aussie Ian says Avengers equals Tarpon. So there you go. Ian Ellison says, today my favourite prop Corsair, favourite jet F-14 Tomcat. It'll be different set tomorrow. Yeah, that is. I always come back to the Herc, though. I always come back to the Herc. It was one of the first models I ever built.
There you go.
The old Airfix C-130 with the Bloodhound missile.
How cool does that look?
Yeah.
Rather.
Where'd you put the batteries?
That's what she demanded.
51 centimeters long, that one.
GM's, it just doesn't do it for me. It's like that, a few years ago when it was the anniversary of the moon landings.
Yeah.
Revell bought out the Saturn V.
Yes, I've got it.
About £99. And most of it was a bit of plastic that you rolled up to make a tube.
Yeah.
What a rip-off. GM says, I did ask about the Hawker Typhoon and Tempest. The Tempest was considered the best, but it did command respect. Avenger aircraft were known as Avengers. Yes, very good. JT says, Mark Evans, the Arrow. Oh, yeah, the Avro Arrow.
Yeah.
And Julian says, the British and New Zealand Air Force used the Avenger in World War II. See, it's quite surprising how many aircraft we employed in World War II from other nations, mainly America. I mean, we had B-29s at the end. We called them Washingtons. would include B-17s, Liberators, Mustangs. Julian says, in even not is.
And even
He
Paul
put Avenger is World War II instead of Avenger in World War II.
Paul says, would it be nerdy to say that I really am fond of the Boeing 737? It's really loving the model car you it's like really loving the model car you own. I'm just on them so often, I've grown fond of them. World's most popular. Well, they are a decent aircraft. I mean, you know, they're popular. They must be good because everybody's got them. You know, Christ, even, you know, as usual, the military catch on at the last minute, and we're now using them in the role of the Poseidon.
That's right. And the wedge tail?
And the wedge tail. I mean, how old is a 737? It must be knocking on some now.
Yeah. As of this week, in fact, the Airbus A320, I believe, has overtaken the Boeing 737 in numbers built. But it's taken decades.
Yeah, I do like a 737. I must admit, I have been various places on them. And the only problem I have with the 737 is not the aircraft's fault whatsoever. It's the airlines that try and cram as many people in as they can, so you don't get a lot of room. Especially when you're a fat bugger like I am. So I'd say civil aircraft. It's not going to be the 737. It would be the 747, the Queen of the Skies. Probably followed by the 380, because it's just a marvelous piece of engineering. And then the 737. TBG says World War I, Sop with Camel, 1920s Hawker Fury, 30s Vickers Wellesley. Bloody hell.
Oh, yeah.
40s Hawker Typhoon, 50s Hawker Hunter, 60s Lightning, 70s till 2000, 200 then, 70s till 2000 the Harrier. Yeah. Again, I cannot fault any of those choices.
Yes.
I think it just goes to show there were a lot of cracking aeroplanes.
Yeah.
JT says the
now we have the F-35.
Which in itself is a cracking bit of kit. JT says the Soviets loved the P-39. P-39.
1967. Paul confirms the 737.
So what does that make it? Bloody hell.
3 years younger than you.
54.
Bloody hell.
How did it make it 54? 3 years younger than Gary.
7. Anyway, Mark Evans says, yes, the Dornier Arrow, fantastic bit of kit. As to jets, I remember seeing an Avro Vulcan testing the Pegasus engines for Concorde. What a strap-on. Way. Yeah, the Vulcan was great, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But would I put it in my top 10?
And
probably in my top 10. You'd go in my top 10. It probably wouldn't go in my top 5.
I would say certainly top 10, because it was an aircraft designed in the 40s that had technology that would have seen easily into the 80s, 70s, and 80s. It was well ahead of its time
as well.
The other way.
And I think the reason I like the Victor so much, and this is a real stupid reason for liking it, is the front of the Victor always remind me of the space rockets in the 1940s series Flash Gordon. Before then, the original. And I'm sure the Victor was designed on that. But again, another cracking aircraft. It'll probably be in my top 10, not in the top 5 though. Aussie Ian says Tarpon was the initial British designation, but it obviously wasn't popular, and they changed it to Avenger. Yeah,
I'm glad you read that correctly.
Yeah, so did I. I was thinking that as I was saying it. JT says British Airways will fly again. Love the legroom. Yeah, BA, because BA don't fly package deals. They're a bit more.
Yeah, they're a Waitrose sort of flight.
Yes, absolutely. GM says, Paul M. Agree, the 737-400 was the second heavy jet I was endorsed on in 1966 with British Airways. The Royal Australian Air Force only had the Boeing 707 at the time. Boeing 737 cruise speed was 0.74 Mach. You see, 707s still flying today. As tankers out of Mildenhall and various other places, still going. And of course, the B-52.
Yeah.
Crikey O'Reilly, how old's that?
They've come up with some new engines for them now, haven't they?
Yeah, they reckon it'll be still flying when it's 100 years old.
Yeah.
Crazy. But then again, engineering moves on, you see.
It's like the Herc. It was designed to have a service life of 5 years and a total flying life of 15. And they're still building it 60 years later.
Yeah, they're still building it, British government. Why did we get rid of it?
Because shiny thing. And government spending waste.
And we replaced it with something that can't do its job.
Yeah. JT says P-39 Aero Cobra. Interesting. Joe says bombers. I tie down a tie between Flying Fortress and the Avro Lancaster.
Yep.
You see,
I like the Blenheim. The Blenheim's nice.
I'd go with the Mitchell.
TBG is asking Pegasus. Was it the Olympus? Now I think he's talking about the Victor flying with the Concorde engine.
Vulcan.
The Vulcan, yeah. Yes. So the Pegasus was a Harrier engine. You're right. Absolutely right. And then there's also pictures of a Lancaster flying with other jet engines as well as a test bed.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting models.
It'd be an interesting flight. JT said,
I always like to see the pictures of when they're transporting a 747 engine by using another 747, and they just strap it to the wing.
Yeah.
So you get 5 engines, 747s. Well, it looks that way.
Why not?
JT asked quite reasonably, did the Vulcan planes live long and prosper? Yes, they did.
Unfortunately,
Vickers made some great aircraft, says Patrick. Wish we can get decent models of them. Yeah, I've built a Wellesley, I think it was about a year and a half ago, a Vallon Wellesley, and it lasted about 2 weeks and I threw it in the bin because it was not anywhere near as good as a Matchbox kit.
Yeah, next. TVG says Vulcans mate every 7 years. They do. Julie says, be back later, Kara here, and lunchtime. No problems, dude. Bob says, I was surprised how small Concorde was inside. Only got to walk through the display one at Yeovilton, full of test gear. Yeah. Surprisingly narrow aircraft.
They're amazing.
it could only take 100 passengers, couldn't it?
Yeah. And even then, it tended to crash into fields and things.
Hardly.
One. Only one.
Yeah, it only took one to ground it.
And that was the end of it, yeah.
Well, they were looking for reasons to ground it because it became...
Too expensive.
No, not even that. It was replaced by the internet. That is, businessmen used to fly to New York, from New York to London and Vicky Verka for meetings and everything else.
Yeah.
And by the time the Concorde retired, there were Skype calls and stuff like that. And certainly, like video call. So they just weren't. They were looking for a reason to ditch them because they were never making money, but they're making less money because of technology evolved.
Yeah. Ian says,
Nothing to do with the crash.
Didn't the B-52 first fly in 1952?
More than likely did. Boeing Field.
GM says the B737-100 was underpowered at the first series. Everybody knows them as the mechanical mouse. German cargo was still flying them. There we go.
They had very small engines compared to now, yeah. Well, they weren't the high bypass ones, so they look very different.
Joe says on the Smithsonian Channel, Air Warriors last night saw episode on the B-52. Such a beast. Yes. Great at producing smoke as well. Joe says on the Kevin says Mozzie from Buccaneer.
Buccaneer, you see. I forgot about the Buccaneer.
Duke says I might be biased, but the Wellington was a great plane.
Yeah. And it's quite interesting, going back to, was it Kev's comment about the Buccaneer and the Mozzie?
Yeah.
Both excellent low-level aircraft.
Yeah. Mark says, my bad, but whatever the Concorde used, the Vulcan had it strapped on under the main fuselage. I lived in Harbour at the time. God, what a racket.
We used to get Concorde coming into Bryce to do circuits for crew training.
JT says TBG, do they smoke after?
The Vulcans?
Paul Malley says,
probably.
After the 7-year mating.
Paul Marley says, yes, Duke.
I've just read that.
Wellington. Well, I didn't hear you. Is it
that's because you keep talking over me.
All right, I'll shut up.
JT says, I like the B-36 and Jimmy Stewart flying it in the movie. Yes, that movie was Strategic Air Command, and it's one of my favourite movies of all time.
Tim's been very quiet.
He has. I was getting worried about him. Are you all right there, Timmy?
Yeah, I've just got nothing to add. These are all old people planes.
Amen. Yeah, I think Gary's just read that one. There you go.
Yeah. Strategic Air Command.
So how are you getting on, Tim?
Yeah, good. Just getting the insides of that ready. Sort of already had that midsection done, so that'll pop in there like such, and I'm just doing the PE and stuff for the pilot at the moment.
Nice.
So yeah, there's a little dash.
Cool.
Well,
so yeah,
this is going to work, and I'm going to get one of the wings on.
GM says, I was invited to train on Concorde, was disappointed to learn it was very much the straight and level only. No aerobatics and no more than 30 degrees of bank turns. Fuel consumption was horrendous. Yeah. JT says, the Sky Raider with the toilet bomb.
Oh, yes. What a platform, the Sky Raider, then. That's another good. And what did we call it? The Navy flew it.
That's an odd name.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, Rose will know.
Don't get old, children. It's not nice.
Ian says, laughing at JT. What colour would the ammunition cans have been for the machine guns, John?
What do you mean ammunition cans?
The cans that held all the ammunition for the machine guns on a Hurricane.
Oh, so you're going to have open bays?
Yes.
They were interior. No, they're most likely aluminium on a Hurricane because, they were aluminium.
So aluminium, and then I'll just paint the chutes with some brass, so it looks like there's rounds in.
Sure.
Cool. Oh shit!
Uh-oh, what's he done?
Well, the wings don't line up.
Oh. Have you done a notch?
No. I've followed the instructions to the letter.
Oh.
When you put this top wing on,
Yeah.
either I'm doing something wrong, or
Let's zoom.
yeah. Oh, hang on. Has it gone? No. There's
Is
no,
there?
but what's even worse is there's a light there.
Yeah. Is there supposed to be a slight bend in the wing?
Well, there is. Bloody thing doesn't line up. Look at that. Hang on. Let me just see.
Did someone just fart?
Sound like an
no, it's
810
my
point
it's
pass.
my elbow rubbing on the desktop.
Oh.
Hang on, let me just focus on this.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to grab a Hurricane book and double check.
Cool. Cheers, buddy. Let's have a look at Gary's screen.
Right. I don't know whether you can.
I think you're holding it too close for it to focus.
Can you see the end there?
Yeah.
No, it's not. There is definitely a mismatch there. So, oh my God, what the fuck?
Have you got it on manual focus or autofocus?
Manual.
Yeah. Put it on automatic and then put your hand. There you go. There you go. Oh, yeah, I did. No, you're too close to the camera. Further away. Down near the mat. There you go. Perfect. Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Which means at that end,
Okay.
and there at the joining point. Let me see if I can. It's virtually butts up against it.
Ah. Unusual.
Yeah. Oh, Houston, I have a problem.
Just a little bit of one.
I'm going to manual focus now because otherwise the camera will be doing. So this is going to be an interest.
Sorry, go on.
So this is going to make it interesting. Wonder if the other wings are the same.
Kieran says, Gary, we call the Skyraider the Fleet Eye, as it was the AEW.
Yeah.
GM says, Mark, yes, correct, a racket of noise. I saw the prototype fly over us at Yeovilton on its second flight. Yeah. Duke says, Timmy, we prefer the term classics when referring to our old people planes. Okay. There we go. Can we zoom in on that, please, modders? On John.
So, So these are the. It really depends because these are the Canon. That's the one you've got, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Canon there, the box is aluminium.
Yeah. Cool. So what I might do is highlight the edges and stuff in light aluminium.
It looks like, to my eye, again, it's a black and white photo, but it looks like all the frames and everything are aluminium as well.
Yeah.
The other wing
Or
is the same.
silver.
Mhm.
Later on, for the Battle Britain Memorial flight, nowadays it's all
Yeah, they're all painted, aren't they?
painted with different sort of mainly, green.
So,
But the early ones are all aluminium.
yeah. So if we look at mine, focus.
Right then.
So that's about right then, isn't it?
That looks good. Yeah, that looks like what I'm seeing in the photo.
Cool. Thank you, John.
Time to scratch head and work out
Oh.
what the bleeding hell's gone on wrong here then.
Oh, wow. We've already got more comments. PT says the Sky Raider was a big bugger.
Yeah.
JT says Gary Markham, the Soviets had the Concorde skeet and it broke up in midair when they did an extreme movement.
Was that at the Paris Air Show?
Yeah.
Jem says JT, the B-36 isn't an aircraft. It's a postcode that parts with the clouds.
B-36 was the big beastie.
JT says laugh out loud, Gary Markham. Gary Markham says JT, it was a structural weakness they knew about but kept quiet. JT says there's one of the United States Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
No,
NASA used them after they stopped flying them commercially in Russia.
Mark Evans says, while outside at my school in the late 60s, I heard a roar and overhead low came the Concorde prototype for a landing at Farnborough. The view made a lasting impression.
It would.
I used to go to a school just outside Preston in Lancashire, and we always got the tornadoes coming over from Wharton.
Yeah.
When they were first being built and tested, but they were always flew in that lime green, base coat type thing, chromate color.
My first memory of seeing fighter jet was going to Llandudno Air Show, and they had a Tornado GR4 doing a display, and it came in at low level and went vertical in front of the crowd. And I just remember as a kid, just feeling the ground shaking. I was like, wow. Just watching it going up into the clouds. JT says, Mark, I bumped my head on a wall, made a lasting impression. On the wall of your head. TVG says, Sky Raider dropped everything, including a toilet. Not that I'm saying you're thick-headed or anything. But
yes.
They tend to have plasterboard walls and things in America, don't they?
They did drop a toilet.
Yes. TVG says, strontium chromate. There we go.
Thank you.
We have got a good crew going on here. Good family. BBC family. Ooh, we're on 25 likes already. Ooh. We're doing well today.
I'm happy to sand down these wings at the roots.
I still think it's Kerry Ann. She's liked it 4 or 5 times for Tim.
She's at group now with her mum.
Group therapy.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, there's a group of people that watch for me.
Yeah. They're called
the Telford Timmy Appreciation Society.
Yeah, it's the Timettes.
Yeah, the Timettes.
It's called the brown shirted ladies.
They're sat there salivating.
That fine mop of hair.
Salivating about running their fingers through his fine mop of hair.
Now he's just getting kinky.
Oh, bugger. Airfix, what have you done?
I can't remember if there is. We've got more again. JT says, I like the A6 Intruder and the EA6B Prowler. Yeah, the Prowler's an interesting one.
Yeah.
There's two aircraft that I like that I've tried to build models of, and both of them have ended up in disasters every time I've tried to build them. One is the A6 Intruder, and the other one's the A10.
How do you mess up the A10?
I don't know, but I did.
It's basically a flying box with some barrels on the back of it and a machine gun on the front. Ian says, my grandparents lived in Lytham. We used to see the tornadoes from Wharton almost every weekend. PET says, was the B-36 named after the Colt? JT says, interesting thought, Paul.
Oh, we're getting there.
Jem says, where we lived in Yeovil was under the depart approach to the runway. Sea Vixens, Phantoms, Buccaneers in waves of four, all at once flying overhead. Concorde could match the noise level on its own. Yeah.
Funny place.
Doesn't surprise me. JT says, I saw twin A10s fly over when I was in college. Ooh.
I'm nearly there. I've had to sand down these wings at the root. So when I see Dale at Telford, I shall give him a piece of my mind.
Make better models.
It won't be a big piece because there's not a lot left.
Quite a lot of it's turned to mush, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So, Mikey, would you like to tell the audience about the raffle for Models for Heroes? Or
I would. Yeah, I would. I'm only joking. Of course I will. Okay. I shall pull it up so I don't get it wrong. Hang on a second.
Yes.
Because I don't want to quote anything wrong. I have too much respect for M4H to do that. Okay. So. Who's it with? Raffle.com. So if you go onto the channel Facebook page, Bearded Veteran Creates, you will see this image. This one here of the Meteor F8. And the raffle, for £1, you can win the very first 132nd Meteor F8 from Revell off the production line. Internationally shipped to the winner. All funds raised go to Models for Heroes. How cool is that?
Excellent idea.
I think so.
I shall get me some tickets.
Yes.
Yeah. That's incidentally the same website that Waitrose uses for his raffles for Gary stuff. And as far as I'm aware, he's not had any problems with them. You answer a simple question and, buy as many tickets as you like. And that's all. And for the Australian viewers, I have asked, looking at Scalemates, they haven't announced any schemes or anything for that kit yet. It hasn't been released. But I did ask whether the FR9 is going to be most likely, I think I'd be very surprised if it doesn't have a RAF 77 Squadron Korean marking option. So, so I asked Malcolm, do you know if the RAF 77 Korean FR9 marking option is included? Serial A77 something. He says, I don't, but it'd be very easy to find out. I showed him then the newly commissioned hangar artwork at Fighter World.
Yes.
And that's Hailstorm behind the actual aircraft of Hailstorm. And incidentally, the Australian registration there, A77851, the original aircraft, still has a British serial on different panels. Because they were donated by the British government while sold very cheaply.
Cool. JT says, I wasn't far from Camp David. Was he a lovely guy, was he?
Camp David.
He says, when I lived in Scotland, I'd see Jags and Harriers way before you heard them. Solo. There you go. Just got my raffle tickets. Tiff says, oh, she's put a link up to the Facebook page. Thank you very much, modders. You're very kind. There we go. And also, Jadlam Racing Models are doing a group build called On the Road. And for every entry, they're donating £1 to Models for Heroes. And they have a top prize of £100.
Fantastic.
So do check that one out as well. Let's raise some money for Models for Heroes. Yeah.
And on our next Friends of Models for Heroes live stream, after the Thursday after Telford,
Yes.
we will be joined by Mr. M4H himself, the Grand Fromage, Mr. Malcolm Childs, and Mr. James Skippins from Model Officer, and the Just Making Conversation podcast. They will be joining us for a discussion about the mental health benefits of modelling.
Ooh.
So
I'm looking forward to
put
that.
off by the title, we'll still probably have giggles, but
Yes.
you know, something that both them and me, myself and Mikey are very, very keen on.
Yeah.
And push
Can you
the...
discuss the mental health damage caused by photo etch?
Well, that's one of the idiosyncrasies, isn't it? Because you do it to take your mind off other things, and then you end up with doing stuff like I've just been doing now, sanding down the best part of a 3 mil of wing to make it bloody fit. Or you fight with photo etch, and you think, oh, this is supposed to de-stress me. But I suppose while you're stressing about that, you're stressing about something that with a little bit of work can be fixed.
Yes. A little bit of patience. A little bit of skill.
Right. So that will be on, I believe, the 13th of November, UK time, 7:30. Oh, dear me.
JT says, saw Marine 1 fly over the other day. SH3 is a cool helicopter, my favourite. The final countdown got me into Navy planes. SH3, isn't that the Sea King?
Yes.
Marine 1, it's not a Sea King.
It is?
Oh, is it still? I thought they changed to a Merlin.
No, they are changing over. But they haven't done it yet. They're still
I was watching I was watching a very good series on the TV called The Diplomat. You may have seen it, you may not. It's about a woman who is sent to the UK as the American ambassador in preparation.
Does she run over someone and then go back to the US?
Say again?
Does she run over someone outside the American base?
No. Because they're sort of preparing her to become the vice president. But it's a really, really good series. But the only thing that was bad about it, they had the president arriving in the UK, and he was landing at her residence in a Sea King, which they'd done up to look like Marine 1.
Yeah.
But it had British civil registration markings on it.
Oh.
So I had one of those moments in my chair going, that's wrong, blah, 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 blah. Marion, to which Marion said, shut up.
Good old Marion. JT says, just read that one. Jem says, PT, the Americans intended to use a numerical order for new aircraft coming into the ident register, i.e. B-36, B-37, B-38, and so on. There we go.
Yes, and wasn't it B for bomber and P for pursuit before they called them F for fighter?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I learned things.
And C for cargo.
Cargo.
Yeah. And P for, well, P became, patrol, maritime patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all sorts of stuff. Now, Gary is saying, I'm sure one of them, the markings on the Rebel 32nd FR9 Meteor will be that aircraft there, Hailstorm, which is rather historical. That's the only part of it that actually survives. The rest of it was blown up in Woomera. But that's been wooged onto the back of another aircraft, a donor aircraft. So this aircraft now is down the road from me here at Fighter World. And it happens to be the last aircraft that an Australian fighter pilot, shot down an enemy aircraft in combat. In fact, he shot down two in the same thing. So as you can see here, it's got two MiG-17s, a red one and a green one. It was a red for a definite kill and green for a probable kill.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're not allowed to have the markings anymore because no shit, somebody might be offended. Which is interesting because the people who would be offended would either be North Korean or Russian, and in both cases, who gives a shit?
Anyway,
moving on.
Kieran says
He's got it in again.
John Jadlam's pre-order page has an image of the schemes in the Meteor kit. It does include Hailstorm.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Very good.
Well, that's made John's day.
JT says, I like the Bell X1. Cool plane. Didn't Waitrose build a model of that recently?
Probably. He does weird and wacky stuff like that, doesn't he?
Well, yeah. Well, that's just Waitrose. He's always doing something weird and wacky. GM says that Merlin helicopter we tested, one for the ROCAF, a very poor fuel range at the hover. We lasted only an hour. I couldn't see at the time it being a viable machine to use. It's all right for maritime though, isn't it? Because they're not flying. They're not flying very far.
Yeah, it didn't last long in RAF service. We gave them to the Navy.
Yeah, because they're all right for just sort of protecting the ships, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're a Westland helicopter, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So Air Force One, when it comes out, will be a Sikorsky product because they're going to manufacture it. And, they don't want to call it anything other than an American company because, again, you might offend some guy who knows nothing. Well, they're going to build it in America and create jobs. Yeah, wow. If they're good at it, they'd be able to have a helicopter instead of importing one. But again,
anyone else want to insult today, John?
Well, I don't know.
Don't give him the option. He'd bloody take it.
Somebody put in the comments who I should offend.
JT says, hello, Gary Evans. See, JT's being nice. Waitrose says, yeah, I built a model of the Miles M52, which might have beaten the X1 to the sound barrier. Ah, yeah, that's it.
Oh, this is going to need filler.
Yes, I need to get myself one of those M52s that look like a really great build.
Yeah. Ian says, I think Gary made the Miles M52. Other motorways are available.
I'm quite surprised how much.
PT says, John, it looks like we have a tawny frogmouth moved into our area.
Ah, wonderful. They're very cool.
A what?
Oh, it's a native bird. It's yeah. It's like sort of like, think of an owl. It's sort of like that.
It's just an owl that looks a lot like a jagged piece of broken branch.
It does. And they're incredibly camouflaged for Australian trees.
I was convinced this morning when I in my sick state walked the dog for my wife, bless her. We were walking up this little bridle path, and I swear to God, about 50 yards in front of us, there was a fox walking in the same direction we were. Turned out to be a fat ginger cat.
That's no way to speak about someone.
Fat ginger pussy.
Duke says, John. Oh dear. Antarctica.
Okay, so here we go. Antarcticans, as far as I'm concerned, like the explorer, ship, the Endurance. They leave me cold and unmoving.
Anyway, Paul says, John, I'd love you to offend Timmah. Timmah doesn't get offended.
Oh, they do that. You should hear him off screen, offline.
He just winds John up to the point John loses control.
Lose control.
JT says, John, you're honest. That is what I like about you. You tell it like it is. Liking is important, but respecting is just as important. Yeah, John.
It is. Yeah. I like Americans.
GM says, give it time. John can offend anyone.
Oh.
PT says,
never offended me.
I can
Tawny's a great
I like the majority of Americans.
Yeah, the Tawny's great at camo. Waitrose says, today I've been mostly working on the Airfix SA2 missile set. Nice.
You have to do it in the right voice. Today I have mostly been working on SA2 missile sets.
Waitrose that sounds far too common for Waitrose.
You know, every time I see a Waitrose delivery van, I think of Gary.
Yeah. I think
what
of Gary
have I done to the poor man?
Every time I look at the Downton Abbey on Netflix, I think of Gary. JT says, Gary Markham, thanks for making me chuckle. Duke says, John giggle. Joe says, I don't like Timmy's hair. I bet it's a wig.
Hang on, I can prove it's not.
Beaker from the Muppets wants it back.
Yeah, he's actually ginger. He's just hiding it.
Oh, look, here we go. Very quickly. This is a tawny frog mouth. So they call it that because it's got a really wide mouth, like a frog sort of thing. And I was talking about the camouflage.
Wow.
Wow.
Right. So that's him there, of course. And in the middle there, and there, and there. Aren't they cool? And they're silent when they fly around. They're amazing.
A bit like owls, yeah.
GM says, JT, be careful. He can see you. JT says, Timmah, does the RAN call carrier operations launch and recovery? Do the Australians have carriers?
Not anymore.
Or do you have helicopter vessels?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, so the closest thing we have to carriers is the LHDs, which I used to work on. So no, we don't really call it launch and recovery. We just call it flight ops. Yeah, launch and recovery we probably more use for sea boats. So like if you're using the davits to launch the rib, which is a rigid hull inflatable boat, to like, you know, intercept other vessels and stuff like that. But yeah, you launch those and you recover those. So that's probably our recovery. Otherwise, flight ops is, you know, birdies just do their own thing.
Yeah,
they're dorks. I never liked them because I was always working my ring out and they had to have 8 hours uninterrupted. sleep because of the nature of their work, which, you know, in turn means I called them lazy flogs.
Joe says that thing has Timmy's hair.
Yeah.
Frogmouth Timmy.
I'm a wide-mouthed frog. No, that's another joke.
That's a good joke, that.
Oh dear.
JT says Gary Markham with my bedhead. Bob says bird looks similar to a potu.
What the hell's a potu? Paul says they didn't like septic ships.
No.
Sir.
No, sir.
JT
So what do you
says-
mean? So Australian aircraft carrier, there was an American ship called the Voyager, steered in front of our aircraft carrier, the HMAS Melbourne, and it was pretty much cleft in twain it was, and a number of people died.
Oh dear.
Stuff like
I thought that was the Evans that got cut in half.
that. I don't know. Not the Voyager?
No, I think by the Melbourne, I think that was the USS Evans.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec, I will confirm.
In the meantime, JT says carrier deck crew are 18 to 21.
Mm.
GM
Yep,
says we did have. Go on. Okay. GM says we did have at Richmond a very, very large mopoke owl. Its body was as long as my arm. Its wingspan was around 5 foot.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it was the Evans that was cut in half by the
Very
Melbourne. Yeah, my
you.
mates. Well, actually, brother-in-law now, considering we're all mates.
Okay.
His grandfather was a young man on the Melbourne.
Yeah. So, JT, to explain what Paul means by antiseptic ships, it's my turn to annoy Americans now.
Why change the habit of a lifetime?
So, Americans in Australian slang are called septics, as in it's just rhyming slang. It's think of Cockney sort of rhyming slang. So, a septic tank rhymes with Yanks. So, seppos for short. So, antiseptic ships meaning like ships that hate other Australian ships that hate American ships by cutting them in half. So it's a convoluted joke, but that's what it means.
Wow.
Well,
See, and just to show that with a little bit of work, a slight issue can be fixed. I've managed to sand down the wings at the root and put them on. They're going to need a little bit of filler in parts, which is down to my poor sanding, but the wings are on.
excellent. So it wasn't an Airfix problem; it was a Gary problem.
No, it wasn't. It was an Airfix problem whereby the top half of the wings were bigger than the bottom halves.
Yeah.
But to fix it was just a matter of just shaving a little bit off.
Yeah. June says, back higher to all who joined when I was away.
Yeah.
It wasn't. There was no need to write a letter of complaint and sign it disgusted of Tunbridge Wells.
I'm disgusted at Tunbridge Wells myself.
Lord High Sheriff of Telford.
Yes.
Dear Dolly Doctor.
JT says, Julian, I have continued to tell bad joke.
Thanks for the joke, John. All in good humour.
Yeah.
Because we are all but humble dwarfs.
Yeah. GM says, JT, that was a very polite explanation from John. Not what I would have said.
Well, I was trying to avoid more tariffs.
That slang's pretty much died out now, though.
It has. Not many people use it at all.
No one in my generation uses it.
No, because it's stupid. It really is.
Yeah. Like, we call tomato sauce dead horse. Like, only a nation of, like, room temp IQ people can come up with that.
Yeah.
My daughter, when she was a baby, well, young, she was just speaking, always called tomato sauce dib dib, which used to dib a chips in it.
Okay.
Even now, at the age of 30, whatever she is, she still calls it dib dib.
She's 37.
Thank you.
I know that because she's the same age as me.
Yeah. She still calls tomato sauce dib dib.
In fact, she's only a few months younger than me.
Oh,
that
God.
looks pretty cool, I must say.
It does. I was looking at the work you've done on the gun bays.
Yeah.
And I have to say that you've done a bloody good job there, mate.
Thank you, buddy. Let's zoom in and see.
Julian says, JT continued. You mean you stopped at some point? Look at that. That's lovely.
Focus.
Ooh.
There you go.
JT says, lol, Julian was awaiting comic relief from you, lol. That is really nice.
There you go, John. Oh, it's not quite focused properly, but there you go.
This is as good as you're going to get. Cool. Very good.
Yeah. Looking all right.
Oh,
just need to paint the pedals. Rid of pedals.
GM says, JT, yes, the older guys haven't changed. A spade is a spade. Unless it's a shovel.
Yeah.
Shovel.
It says to put the wings on now, but if I put the wings on, then I'm going to have to spray it with the bloody bays open.
You can mask it off.
Yeah, true.
A2 and F1. So I've got the last couple of bits on. This kit comes with external fuel tanks. I'm not going to put them on because when it flew again, it didn't have externals. I need to double check whether in Cosford, whether it's got externals fitted now.
You're only supposed to stick the bloody wheels on. Paul Tanker says meat pies used to be called Lucky Dips or Wrigley Bags. Yes. When we lived in Cyprus, we bought what said on the box, meat pie. And we sat down for our evening meal, meat pie, chips and beans. Yeah, nice. To find out that the meat pie in the meat pie box was apple pie.
Okay, so when Black 6 flew, it didn't have external tank.
There you go.
However, now it's sitting in Cosford, it does. So what do the chat recommend? To external tank or not to external tank?
Not external tank. Keep it original. JT says, Julian always seemed to have a good spin on my bad jokes, lol.
Yep, no external tank.
No external tank, sir. No, sir.
F1. So one of the things I picked up at thingy today, Frontline Hobbies, is the colours for this.
Real
so an RLM 78 and an RLM 79. So blue underneath and sand yellow on top. Sand brown, really.
Top paints, real colours, top paints. Although I am moving across to Vallejo, real colours are a very, very good brand of paint.
So it'll be painted next week.
Oh my God,
Tune in and
still,
watch live.
I've
Because
still
I'm not
got
going to
bloody assembly to do.
Well, I'm nearly finished the kit. This is a very simple kit, as we've said. It's from the 80s, so there's really not much to it.
I've got the sides to put on, the tailplane to put on, the undercarriage, the engines to make. God, I've got loads to do still.
Don't worry,
I reckon-
not in any rush.
Take your time, because
I think I've got another couple of weeks building before I'll even get to paint.
Yeah, I can quite happily put this together. It won't take long to paint because there's really not much to it. There's 3 colors, 4, yellow, white, RLM 78, 79. So I think I might go ahead and do I could do a Typhoon, but I'm thinking the Timmah Spitfire Mark 1 as a Mark 2 and use Douglas Bader's DB aircraft.
Yeah.
Dog's body.
Yeah.
GM says, Mikey, there are pneumatic lines that run rearwards from the guns, then turn inboard to the air tanks. These supply air to the reloading systems on the guns of the Hurricane. Cool.
Yeah.
Duke says, no external tank for me. Sorry, Mikey.
It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Says, I've heard Youngers quote a spade is a spade in the wrong context, as in they mean a spade is just a spade. Yes. Youngsters, these young whippersnappers. JT says, John, if you have 2 tanks on the Messerschmitt, 2 tank come on.
Tutankhamun.
PT says, TTFN guys, once more good fun. See you later, my dude. Julian says, no external tank, wouldn't need one for the fairly short distances they needed to fly.
True.
No.
Very true, sir.
Yes. JT says, Gary Markham Air Supply, a group from the 70s that was cut off. That's what Marion does to Gary at night. Cuts off his air supply.
puts a kick in me hose in me mask.
Fun fact about Air Supply: both of them met each other when they were performing at the original Sydney production of Jesus Christ Superstar in the 70s.
Ah.
There you go.
Julian says, JT, was he the world's first taxi driver in Egypt? Tutankhamun.
Crying out loud. Apologies to all our Egyptian viewers.
JT, yeah, because we have loads of them. JT says, hello, Julian. Joe says, I superglued the several PE parts to Edward's Spitfire Mark 1 early last night, and they all pooped off. What the hell? I hate photo etch. See you all tomorrow. Have fun.
There we go.
Cheers, Joe.
I'm all out of love.
Yeah, I'm so lost without you.
Black Hat says, hello, everyone, from a cloudy Munich.
Hello, Black Hat.
Black Hat. I hope you're enjoying. Looks like you're enjoying the beer as well. You should.
And JT says to Duke, even the nights are better.
Yeah. Making jokes out of nothing at all.
Yeah.
Well, we've got 5 minutes left.
So early photos of Black Six, when it was delivered to the UK by Bobby Gibbs, it didn't have external tanks. When it was flown by
Winkle Brown?
Winkle Brown, it didn't have external tanks later on. In the 60s, it didn't have external tanks. And when it was restored, it didn't have external tanks. So answered.
And then Cosford go, oh, let's put some external tanks on it.
Yep.
Come on, Cosford. You're better than that.
Yeah. Boom. Let's switch the camera back over.
Boom.
Because it's that time of the show.
Time of the show. I can have the joys in half an hour of going to see my doctor and coughing all over him. Yeah. So, as I say, it's going to need a little bit of filler, but she is coming along nicely.
Wonderful.
And I will print a standoff for her and one off for you as well, Mikey, because I know you want one. And,
Yes, please.
I will have the bombs falling from the bomb bay.
There we go.
Which will look weird because there's no crew in it, but I don't worry about things like that.
So the last bits before I paint it is I got the coolant radiator underneath there, and I've got the 2 leading edge slats that I'll put on in a droop position because that's what they were on the ground. And that's it. I will mask up the canopy and paint. I'll get it ready for paint. So next week I'll be painting this blue and that color, those colors. Yeah,
Nice.
And for me, I've got this all pretty much ready to go together for the 2 halves of the fuselage. But yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It does look wonderful.
So this will be covered on the back there, and then that'll have the rear mount machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then there's the inside and the
Stunning. Absolutely
cockpit
stunning.
there for the pilots. So yeah, we'll slap all that together and
I'll put my
pretty much ready
in.
to crack on.
Beautiful.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. JT says, Duke, even the nights are better. Yeah. Thanks for the great stream today. You're welcome. Black Hat, yeah, beer is excellent.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Yeah, push harder, yeah.
Mm,
GM says Shirley was killed in a Bell helicopter crash. Skyhook singer.
he was. Hell of a nice guy, it seems.
JT, Gary, Shirley, you can't be serious.
Don't call me Shirley.
GM, Air Supply Singer was murdered. Okay.
Mm.
Bob says, remember going to see that exhibition in London as a kid, The King of Tottenham Corner. JT says, sorry to hear that. And he says, at least there isn't Barry Manilow.
Manly Barilo.
GM says, JT, it happens sadly. Yeah.
Yes.
JT, yes, like Mark David Chapman. There we go.
Huh.
JT says, who killed Lennon?
Yeah.
GM,
Yeah.
cheers,
Mark
guys.
David Chapman killed Lennon. Yeah, that's what he means.
Yeah. JT, watch less TV, mate. Bob says, been off persuading my offspring to put 5 bottles of sparkly liqueur for Halloween.
Keep persuading there, Bob. Keep persuading.
JT says, I think so too. Take care, Gary M. Graham says, thanks for the stream, guys. See you again soon. See you later, buddy.
No problem, Graham.
Right. That's another one done.
Really?
It's a very quick Tutankhamun fact. The Tutankhamun trivia fact before we go. Tutankhamun, when he was born, wasn't called Tutankhamun. He was Tutankhaten because his dad was into a god called the Aten. He was the world's first monotheist. So, yes, it was later on, once he reverted back to the god Amun, that he was renamed Tutankhamun.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And on that happy note, we'll be back tomorrow with the Jagdpanther build.
Muddy Puddles.
Yes.
Yeah.
12 till 2. So until then, Hulvar for now.
Hooray.
See you later.